We're asked in this question to write some expressions in the form 7 to the power k, that is, powers of 7. And here is what the answers are. So the fourth root of 7 is actually 7 to 1/4. It works in a similar way to the way how the square root of 7 would be 7 to the half. And actually, we're now going to use this in the second part. So this one will be 1 over 7 times 7 to the half. Now this is actually 7 to the 1. So it's 1 over 7. I can now add the powers. 1 is just 2 over 2. So it's 2 over 2 plus 1 over 2. It's 3 over 2. And then when I do 1 over that, it's actually 7 to the minus 3 over 2. Because 1 over x to the n is equal to x to the minus n. By the way, you can prove that because if you times both by, like if you had x to the n times 1 over x to the n, you'd get 1 because they would cancel. And x to the n times x to the minus n is equal to x to the 0, which is 1, as long as you're happy about that one. So it's clear that these two must be the same. Okay, and you can do other sort of proofs. If you don't like x to the 0, then you could prove it in a different way. But basically, yeah, you need to know this. Finally, we're left with 7 to the 4 times 49 to the 10. So 7 to the 4, I'm not going to do anything with that. It's the 49 to the 10 I need to do something with. 49 is actually 7 squared. So it becomes 7 squared to the power of 10. And this is going to be 7 to the 4 times 7 to the 20. If I use my third rule of indices, 7 to the 4 times 7 to the 20, multiply those two. And finally, we'll be left with 7 to the power 24, which is what we needed.